guys, welcome back to the Old Country Soul mini-series. Firstly, I want to say a big thanks for tuning in and for all the kind words and messages I've received about the series so far. I'd also like to hear from you guys. What does Old Country Soul mean to you? So leave me a message, leave a little comment, and let's keep it going. Tonight, I'm joined by a lady from one of my favourite groups. They have won an impressive 13 Gong guitars and 2 ARIA awards. They are Toyota ambassadors and take part in National Tree Day every year. And back in 2015, I opened for the girls a couple of times. So I'm sure you've guessed who I'm talking about. Tonight's guest is the beautiful Brooke from the McClymonts. Hey Brooke, it's so good to see you.
You too, Christie. Thanks for chatting.
That's all right. What a crazy year we're in. I mean,
No.
I don't know if this is down to you, but you picked a very good year to have a newborn and stay at home.
I did. Well, to be honest, this year, at the beginning of the year, when we were having our son, Elroy, we were thinking, oh my gosh, the girls and I are going on tour from May through to November. It's going to be hectic. I don't know how I'm going to, juggle work, juggle newborn, mum life. And then COVID hit, and I was like, okay, the one positive thing out of all this is I get to spend plenty of time with our little boy. Yeah. But as the months are passing over and ticking over, I'm starting to go, I really want to go back to work, like I think all musos do. Yeah. But it's looking more and more scary, I guess. The longer it goes on, it's like we're not getting back to work anytime soon, which is a bit of a worry. But I guess we just got to take each day as it comes.
Exactly. There's no end in sight, but they say the show must go on, and even if we can't put on shows, we're still trying to put out new music. And
yes,
as you know, I just put out a new single called Old Country Soul. And
yes, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I think that song, it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So I'm asking some of my favourite people I've worked with, what does an old country soul mean to you?
Oh, look, an old country song reminds me of my mum and dad, to be honest, and like my childhood memories, really. I mean, I remember the girls and I growing up and listening to Dad put on Chris Christopherson and Charlie Pride and Don Williams and all the old classics. And to us, that reminds me of what old country is, because it reminds me of my dad. And I mean, not that he's old or anything, but it really just brings back a lot of memories for me. Country music, we've been brought up listening to it since we were really little, and to me that's what old country means. It's pretty much on my memories of growing up listening to country music.
Yeah, well, speaking of memories and growing up, I think that's where our values come from and what shapes us as people even to this day. So I wondered if there's a little story you could share with us about something in your childhood that affected the values that you have, and whether that influences your music as well.
Oh, look, I think nothing in particular, I don't think. I just look at the values that we were taught as kids. I guess that does come from our parents and how we were raised. But also too, music was such a huge part of our life growing up. My mum and dad are not musical whatsoever. They think they can sing. They think they could have been singers, or they could have been, a musician. But it's like, no. But they really loved music, and it was one thing that we just always had playing in the background in the house. And as we got older, we started going, oh my gosh, this is something that we really want to do. It's something that we could look into. We just thought it was a hobby at the time, but we did get into music that way through our parents. But as far as values, I mean, I feel like the three of us girls, we had a really good balance of growing up, and Mum and Dad gave us plenty of wonderful values, in their, I guess, discipline, and as well as through their music. I love everything about my childhood.
Yeah. So was it their music and the fact that they played country music that made you girls want to be a country band, or was it something else that influenced you guys to be?
No, it actually was. I mean, my dad was into the old country, like I said before, and my mum was into modern country. So she'd always be looking for songs like from Trisha Yearwood, and we listened to Faith Hill, Shania Twain, all that, where Dad was like I said, into the old stuff. And for us, it really was just a natural progression. We just listened to it constantly. I always just thought everyone listened to country music, even at my school. And then as I got older, I realised no one listened to country music where I was. But at the same time, I kind of liked the fact that I had, I was none the wiser, I guess.
Mm.
So for me it just was a natural thing for us girls to play. So yeah, I think we were always going to sing country music for sure because our parents just loved it.
Yeah. And what artists in particular were you girls drawn to? Was it more the modern artists,
It
and
was.
they influence your soul and the music you put out?
Yes, it definitely was the model, like Shania Twain, Faith Hill.
Yes.
But also too, like I did crossover. I did like a bit of the pop stuff as well. You know, like that wasn't country. Like I loved ABBA and I loved Dolly Parton. I mean, she was the old, I guess, style of country. One of the first female acts I used to listen to when I was really young.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I really loved, you know, listen to the Eagles, Dixie Chicks.
Yes.
So all of those, if you put that into a blender, the three of us girls kind of, we, you know, as well as our stuff then, and us being creative and songwriting and stuff, we just kind of, you know, obviously we came up with our sound, but definitely had massive influences through all those artists that I've just mentioned.
Yeah. Well, I think during these times, it can get a bit down, and I'm trying to put out some positive stories out there, and I think we're very lucky that we're in Australia. And I wondered if you had a bit of a feel-good story, because you girls have toured so extensively over the years, about a place or a town or a group of people that really affected you girls.
Well, oh my gosh, we played so many, like everywhere. We played on many tours, traveled many kilometers over the years. Look, there's not any specific thing that's happened, but what I have great moments that have etched in my memory, and I've loved. You know, we went to play it in Iraq and Afghanistan when we first got together, the girls and I started playing. That had a massive effect on us. Really, I was so ignorant and had no idea what was going on the other side of the world when it came to all that stuff. And I was in my mid-20s at that time. Mm-hmm. And that really had a massive effect. And I really got to understand what was going on in the world by doing that. And that was an amazing opportunity and eye-opener for us. We've also been able to play, you know, we got to play with the Wiggles. I mean, I love our job that we get to go and do so many weird and wonderful things, you know, and then, you know, we shared a stage with Ozzy Osbourne. We shared a stage, you know, being support open act for Jason Aldean in the States and Luke Bryan. Yeah. And got to play on many of those county fairs and festivals over in America, you know, about, 9 years ago we went over there to do that. And, you know, so there's not so much in a specific, you know, moment, but they've just all been a collective wonderful thing. And that's the beauty that I love about our job, is we're never in the one place at the one time, and we're always, you know, there's always something new and exciting to see and witness, and we're always learning. So that's why I love what we do. And, you know, but I will say this, in isolation right now while the world's gone mad and completely crazy with what's going on, it has been in its own way nice being able to put the suitcase away for a while, because I haven't ever had to do that either, because we've always been traveling.
That's my least favourite part, packing.
Yes, and so for us, it's like, you know, we've always gone, I can't wait till the day we have some time off and some downtime, and now that we've got it, you know, they always say be careful what you wish for. It's
you want to take that back.
Yeah, look, like I said, I'm in a different phase right now. I've got a newborn. I am enjoying it. I'm liking being home. He's in a routine, and I'm loving, you know, spending time with our daughter as well, and hanging out with Ads, even though we hang out quite a lot. But it's been really lovely for that, and we've just moved as well, so we've just been getting our place set up and all that. But no, that's been wonderful as well. But yes, I do. I'm definitely a worker. You know, the working mum thing for me is I love it. I love being a mum, but I also love to go out and rock and roll as well. So I do have the best of both worlds. But right now, that rock and roll world, it just doesn't exist right now. And to be honest, I don't see it ending anytime soon. Which is which is there's no answers right now.
No, and whilst we can't be out seeing many people at shows, how do you think as artists we can actually still spread our old country souls and our kindness with the world who need it right now?
Thank God for social media. I think that's all we've got right now. And really, if you're bringing out an album or anything, you've got, you know, the platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, and again, you know, not that brings in a hell of a lot of money, but at the same time, you know, people are doing live shows, I guess, over their Facebooks and the Instagrams and all that. But really, it's really to the point where it's made me realise, and I guess to hubby and I realise, and the girls, that we really make a living by playing live music. And we've been trying to come up with ways of how we can, you know, still do what we do, because that's the other thing. It's like for the last 20 years, all I've been is a singer, songwriter, artist, traveling musician, all those things. And now it's like, oh, I can't do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't have many skills. I can make a good sandwich, I guess, but then it's like, I don't want to go and, you know, if we have to, we'll have to look into getting, you know, doing other things. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to. You know, we're artists, we're musicians, and at the same time, it's like there's got to be a way soon, or somehow where we can all start doing this again. And I just don't know the answer, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure every single artist out there has been racking their brains, just like yourself and us. We're just like, how do we make, you know, a living? I don't want to be on JobKeeper. I don't want to be on JobSeeker. I want to be out there doing what I'm good at. Yeah, you know, and what fulfills me. And at the same time, it's like right now there's just no answers. So it's just putting our heads down, coming up with so many different ways of trying to figure out how we get through this until this is over. And to be honest, I just don't know when that's going to be. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned you make a good sandwich. Is there any other skills or hobbies you've picked up during this?
No, not really. I'm good fun. I know that. I know how to have a good party, but I mean, I don't know if that's a skill. Look, I'm many things. Let's just say I'm a mum. I can keep the house clean when I want it. I'm a good cook. I can cook. I do enjoy cooking. Cleaning, not so much. Not my favourite, but I do it.
Yeah.
And but other than that, you know, I'm a farm girl now. We've just bought 100 acres out here, so getting out on the farm, we've just built a garden up the top there. Hopefully our veggies will start growing soon, because if this COVID continues, it's like, well, at least we've got fresh veggies and, you know, our own supplies to keep us going.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's going to keep you busy enough, I think, 100 acres.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the chance to say hi and have a little catch up. It's been forever. We didn't get to even see you this year in Tamworth because of the
I know, because I had Elroy. He came through. He literally came 3 days before our show in Tamworth, and I knew we were risking it at the time when we put it on. But I mean, he came 3 weeks early, so really I should have been able to, if he was well behaved. I would have made it to Tamworth, but he just was being a naughty boy.
So it's yours and Adam, so you know he's been.
Yeah, I know. And look, and all the best with you too. And I heard you were meant to get married this year.
We were, yes, back in April, which was peak season. And all my family are obviously overseas from England, so I don't know when else.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my bridal party were my cousins, and they weren't here. And
you know what? You've done the right thing, to be honest. Have you set another date yet, or you're just going to wait till this whole thing's over?
Oh, luckily the venue's been pretty good. They did want us to do it within 6 months, which would mean October, but that's not going to happen.
What if they're not? No, but what if they're not? Or they can't have anyone still?
Yeah, so look, we've tried to say, can we push it to next year, and they've been fine. They're not going to add any extra times.
Oh, good. Look, everyone's in the same boat. Let's be honest. Yeah. I've had so many people getting married this year.
I am now a hashtag COVID bride.
That's right.
It's not a hashtag I want to be involved in, but I'm a COVID
I know. No. Well, look, you did the right thing, and yeah, you got to have your family there. That's what I reckon if you're going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to go all out, as I know you would do too.
Yes, exactly. No, good.
All right, well, it was great chatting to you, and hopefully we can see each other in person soon.
Fingers crossed soon, hey?
Yeah, fingers crossed. Thanks, Brooke.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, it's always a lot of fun catching up with Brooke, and I'm so glad she could join me tonight. We still have quite a few big names coming up in the Old Country Soul mini-series. So I'll be back on Monday, and it's a girls' night out. That's your hint. You'll have to tune in Monday at 7 p.m. to find out who our next special guest is. I hope you can join me. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll see you then.